Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Manny B Investing in BI, and we've got a Paribus blog post reading for you. We're going to be taking a look at the shifting sands of NFTs. Let's go ahead and blow this up for you so you can see a little bit better. While the current bear market has wreaked havoc on everyone's portfolios, this is especially true for holders of non-fungible tokens, or NFTs. The double blow of declining cryptocurrency values and the devaluation of the NFTs themselves has culminated in sales that can only be described as bruising. But it's not just market forces that are causing upheaval. Some of the space's blue chip projects have misjudged the prevailing sentiment, releasing updates that have backfired spectacularly, eroding the value of their initial offerings and causing once harmonious communities to become introspective and fractious. This has left some project founders struggling to navigate a minefield as they desperately seek to reestablish credibility and trust. Isn't that true? I've been watching a lot of the ERC20 NFT projects like Rug and just do a lot of stupid stuff after they launched and were successful. I think there's one called a kid called Bull, or a kid called something. I've been kind of keeping an eye on that project, and they just kind of set off a nuke in their own community. For what reason, I do not know. The NFTs looked kind of cool. A kid called Beast, that's what it is. What's clear is that the old way of communicating the value of NFT projects in a bull market is hazardous in a bear market. Some projects have even been accused of simply seeking to drain liquidity from their communities. These setbacks offer unprecedented learning opportunities for an asset class that has never faced a bear market. NFTs, unlike the more battle-hardened Bitcoin and other tokens, are undergoing a trial by fire, forcing a reassessment of their use as collateral, particularly in peer-to-peer lending models. And Paribus does not use PBX as a lending option because of the volatility of the token. And it's kind of like really just trying to discover where it should be. Presently, peer-to-peer lending is the go-to model for using NFTs as collateral. Here's a digital platform play matchmaker between borrowers and lenders, overseeing the transactions to ensure fair play. But this method has flaws. It's often slow and leaves room for unequal power dynamics, especially when determining the loan-to-value ratio. In addition to assessing the value of the NFT, a crucial and often overlooked factor is its liquidity. Take, for example, the case of Cirrus NFT, who lent 20 Ethereum, or ETH, against a rare Killer Bear NFT. When the borrower defaulted, Cirrus NFT found that selling the item for its full value was easier said than done. Ultimately, he sold it for just 10 ETH, ouchie, incurring a loss of over $16,000. Explaining this, he said, "Moving the rarest Killer Bear for a fair price takes longer than you'd think. Many platforms use floor pricing to assess NFT values." And everybody knows that the way that floor pricing is used in Cardano is completely wrong. But our CEO, Dennis, warns that this approach can be manipulated. We do not think this approach is reliable enough because the floor price can be manipulated. If you have a bunch of NFTs in a certain collection, you could drop the price or increase the price. And then you can borrow a lot of money and keep the platform in a negative debt. Instead, our approach is to use a more complex and nuanced mechanism. We're partnering with AI developers to integrate a more sophisticated valuation system that considers multiple data points, aiming for a safer, more reliable metric, Dennis explains. In terms of how we set the value, of course, there's a complex algorithm behind it, but essentially, we have 10 to 25 data points that we look at. He adds, we have an off-chain and on-chain API valuation mechanism that keeps track of NFTs. Initially, you will be given a value, and if you accept it as the end user, then that value will be written on-chain. And the API will essentially keep a record where if the on-chain value and off-chain values deviate by more than approximately 3%, then a new value will be written on-chain. So we always keep track of the underlying valuation. In addition to this, we also safeguard the platform and users by having a multi-layered approach to liquidations. In practical terms, we can offer NFTs in liquidation to users in a select group of NFT collectors. After this window closes, the NFT is automatically sold on an open market to satisfy the loan balance. This turbulent period has been a learning experience and also an opportunity. The present difficulties are forging stronger, more resilient frameworks for NFT-based loans. Though not ideal for today's traders and collectors, these growing pains are crucial for preparing us for the next market cycle. So, based on this article, you can tell, or you can deduct, that they're taking this serious, and their bread and butter is going to be that NFT valuation and the ability to pull off its use case. This is why I really, really, really like Paribus. And this is not something that you could build on Cardano. This has to be in EVM. It's just no way. Cardano doesn't even have the oracles really to be able to do this. So hats off to the team for clearing, or trying to clear, a new path in the snow that no one else is doing. I believe that they will be successful, and they will find a place in the market, and then it's just building from there. Because if you think that the Paribus platform is just going to be a borrowing and lending platform that just allows you to borrow and lend wrapped Bitcoin, Ethereum, and USDT, you're mistaken. You really need to dive in, watch my videos. There's a bunch of creators out there creating stuff that have done a lot of interviews with Paribus, Dap Central, Crypto Bomba, great sources of information to keep up with what the project is actively doing. It's just great stuff. I see great things ahead for Paribus, and I am patiently waiting and watching them mature. So I can't wait for the next update for mainnet on Arbitrum. I can't wait for the protocol to eventually make its way to possibly Polygon. That would be really cool and exciting. And then, from there, who knows? But very cool stuff. The way that the liquidation model works seems really cool. The way that they're valuing NFTs and telling you and really informing you that the whole idea of a floor price is kind of silly. What the floor price is the most amount of money someone is willing to pay for it. And even that can be manipulated, like they said in the article. If there's a NFT project and someone owns, 20 NFTs, they can drop the price of, they can take 5 of their NFTs and set them at a low price. And if they sell, they can completely manipulate the floor price, pushing the value of it down. Or they could do the opposite. They can push it up. They can buy it themselves. There's a lot of stuff that you see. It's just like a lot of people look at that floor price and they just say the floor price is what it is, but it's not. You really got to look and think and see what NFTs are selling, how often they're selling, and at what price, because you cannot just go by the floor price. So that was a pretty good blog post. Enjoyed reading it. Can't wait for the next update from the team. We've got a town hall that's coming up. Make sure you jump on their Twitter or their X account and set a reminder for yourself to be on that call. I'm sure it'll be recorded, but I will try to get on there as well and ask a few questions. So thank you for checking out the video. Make sure you hit that like, hit the share, subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.